And hello, Spider-Man fans, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and movie review for the brand new Marvel / Sony film Spider-Man: Brand New Day, starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, Jacob Babaloon. Probably butchered. I apologize. Sadie Sink, John Bernthal, and of course, Mark Ruffalo. So, Spider-Man's here. Let's talk about it. Um, First of all, congratulations to everybody involved in the film. It's very hard to make a movie or TV show, depending on what you're watching. This movie is directed by Daniel Krevins. Probably butchered up again. I apologize. He also directed Shang-Chi. So, he's now taking over for John Watts. And now he has directed this movie. So Spider-Man Brand New Day tells the new story, a brand new chapter in Peter Parker's life, where Peter Parker, he's no longer, public. Everybody, he's there, but nobody knows who he is anymore after the spell. So now he's Spider-Man all the time, every day. And he's just doing what he can to try to balance that, but also trying to rebuild being Peter Parker as well. And then, of course, one day something happens to him where his spider powers start to go kind of all wonky, and he needs to figure out a way to save himself from being something that he may not want to be, something that's not completely ugly, that could make him an enemy to everyone. You also got the worst secret kept in history in this movie. You have Sadie Sink playing Jean Grey. Spoilers, I apologize, but everybody knew she was playing Jean Grey. I don't know why they kept that secret from everybody. So, go figure. So you have Jean Grey in this movie. She's trying to get revenge on Damage Control for what they did to her and also her sister. Not gonna spoil what happens to her sister, but let's just say something happens to both Sadie, Jean, and her sister, and she wants revenge on Damage Control, while Damage Control is continuing to do their job to, contain people with abilities and powers that may or may not lead into planting seeds towards the mutant saga. And I got some theories on that, and I'll talk about that in a spoiler review, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, so you also got the Punisher in here, and his relationship with Spider-Man. Totally gold in this movie. I loved every single scene those two were on screen together. The way that they were arguing, the way that they were agree with each other. It was like a brother relationship kind of a thing. So it totally was so cool to see that. And also, we got to see the freaking Hulk again. That's right, the Hulk is back. The real Hulk, not Smart Hulk, not Hulk Smart Smash Hulk, not Hawaiian t-shirt wearing Hulk, or having a son Hulk. I think they got rid of that, by the way. So yeah, all that is great. And you also got the Hand in here as well. And yeah, so there you go. That's Spider-Man. I honestly, I thought this movie was great. This movie had everything going for it. First of all, this movie's the longest Spider-Man movie out of all the Spider-Man movies, so that's cool. Didn't drag at all, in my opinion. I thought the pacing was slow, but it was still, at the point where you were like very invested in these characters and trying to figure out what the heck is Peter trying to do. You see Peter just struggling to balance everything. The fact that, he doesn't have his boy anymore. He doesn't have Ned anymore. He doesn't have the love of his life anymore. He's trying to figure out how to stop, Jean Grey in this movie. And he's also trying to deal with this mutation that he's supposed to be getting as well. So that's all in this movie, and you see it throughout the whole thing. You see Peter even working with the cops at one point, which is kind of cool. Then he works with Damage Control. He has a couple of scenes with Yelena as well. Florence Pugh is in this movie as well, so that was some fun stuff. The action scenes were great. There's some action scenes that I was like, why put in the movie? Like, if you guys seen the trailer where you see Spider-Man in the montage of seeing Spider-Man fight different villains, that's all in the beginning. Nothing to there. Scorpion was great. I do wish we would have got more of him. So that's one negative about the movie. I kind of wish we would have got. Another real big negative I have about this movie that involves Ned and MJ. And I don't want to spoil what it is, but let's just say it kind of a little bit contradicts of what happened in the last movie. So I'll just leave it at that for now. Again, I'm going to do a spoiler review Maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. I don't know yet. But so there's that. Also, what was the point of giving MJ a boyfriend in this movie for like 5 seconds? Like seriously, like what was the point? He was literally in the movie for just that scene, and that's it. We don't see that character again unless he had more screen time and they deleted it because it's gonna be a deleted scene, maybe. But honestly, what was the point of that? But whatever. Um, yeah, the action scenes were great. I also thought the hand stuff was kind of unnecessary as well, in my opinion. Like, there wasn't a real big threat in this movie besides Jean Grey that Spider-Man, could have fought, But still, fighting Jean Grey and trying to convince her to be, something different, it was very difficult to see in this movie for him to try to do, because Jean Grey is omega powerful, and seeing her powers in here was great. Like, everything that she did just made me smile, because it's like, I want to see this Jean be different from every other Jean that we had in the in X-Men movies. And I love the actress who played those Jean Greys, and they were all great, from Fenton Jenkins, I probably butchered that, I apologize, and of course Sophie Turner. They were all great as Jean, bringing that character to life. But it's something that Sadie Sink did in this movie, showing Jean's range of power in here, that makes me believe that, yeah, in the future she's gonna become a real threat when she becomes a Dark Phoenix. So yeah, seeing all that, seeing them plant the seeds for more mutant stuff in the MCU was great. I love the relationship between Peter and the main detective lady that he works with. That was great. Punisher again was amazing. The Hulk fight scenes were cool as well. Wasn't a lot of it, but it still worked in my opinion, and I enjoyed it. And I'm glad we got to see the real Hulk back again. So hopefully they get to keep him around in future projects. We'll see. Again, with Jean Grey, I thought Sadie Sink did a really good job of just bringing that character to life, and I can't wait to see her move forward with this character in future movies and of course X-Men stuff. So hopefully, especially, I can't wait to see her chemistry with our future new Cyclops, our future new Professor X, because that relationship has to happen, and hopefully it works really well. We'll see. And yeah, again, this movie had everything going for it. Again, a little bit more grounded than all the others movie. It doesn't like really start with a really big banger of a fight scene like the other ones do, but it really works. I thought it did a really good job of just balancing out all of what Peter's trauma he's going through from the last movie to this now, and balancing being a hero and trying to bring back Peter Parker to the public eye in a way, in a small way, and it just felt natural. It is the longest Spider-Man movie, so that was great to see that. I thought, but it didn't drag. I thought it being long didn't drag for me. It just kept me more engaged in trying to figure out what's going on with Peter, like what's going on with his whole mutation. I like his new AI as well, so I thought that was cool. Again, the relationship between him and Punisher was great. There's a scene in here where Zendaya has some arguments with Punisher, and some dialogue with Punisher. Totally works in here. Everything with Peter and Ned and MJ's chemistry, bringing that chemistry back was good to see. So there's that. Yeah, I thought this did a really good job. I had a lot of fun with it. Again, the action scenes were great. I kind of wish we would have a little bit more, but still, the web slinging stuff was awesome. They finally captured the web slinging stuff. They did a really good job of just being, kind of feeling like the game in real life. Andrew Garfield's version did a good job with that too, but it was still missing some things with the camera angles. Here, I think they finally cracked that formula, and they finally did it really right, and now the web slinging feels more natural, more realistic in a way, and it just flows better, and it just was great. Tom Holland proves why I think he's the best Spider-Man we have right now. Again, I still love Andrew, and I still love Tobey, and they're great for their own versions. This version of Spider-Man, the MCU Spider-Man, that's Tom. That's all Tom, and he's fantastic in here. and seeing him, you know, his wife Zendaya, obviously, congratulations to both of them, and and Zendaya again proves why she's the best MJ we ever had. Okay, yes, she's MJ. Okay, people, I don't care what the internet says. Until we meet another Mary Jane, until we meet a Mary Jane in the MCU, then I'll apologize. But right now, she's MJ. They just changed the name, whatever. Who cares? She's MJ to me. She'll always be Mary Jane to me. So it doesn't really matter, even though she technically isn't. But you know what I mean. She's fantastic. Ned's great as well. Um, I'm really glad they put the Punisher in here. I was a little worried that the Punisher was gonna be like a couple scenes. No, he was in a good chunk of this movie. Even Hulk was in a good chunk of this movie. You know, from being Hulk and of course Banner. I do wish we got a little bit more Banner than Hulk, because honestly, I would love to see that kind of not mentorish thing, but I kind of wish Peter had a scientist more to talk to about science stuff, so he can continue being Spider-Man. The Spider-Man, you know, technology in here that he has and Ned has, great. Ned created this supposed Spider-Man tracker. That was cool. That sets up something, so we'll see. There's one post-credit scene at the very end. I have some ideas about that post-credit scene and what could it mean for the future for the MCU. We'll see. Again, I'll do a video tomorrow or maybe Monday. We'll see. But yeah, this movie was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the heck out of it, and I'm glad that, you know, I got to see it. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Did you guys get a chance to watch it? Not watch it? Still waiting to trying to find tickets for it. Did you guys get a popcorn bucket? Because I know those things are sold out as well. I couldn't get my hands on one. It was already sold out, so I was like, damn. Oh well. So whatever it is, leave me a comment below. Let me know. Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.